All right, we back at it. My first video, my phone overheated, so I hope it doesn't happen here. But basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you the Bible from the beginning to the end. And I'm just gonna go chapter by chapter because some of the most important things in the Bible are in any law. Anytime you read the law, some of the most important things take place in the beginning, the very beginning, and then you go way off to the middle or the end. You think you're getting that. You need to start with the beginning of any story. The Bible is written uh, as a time period. You know what I'm saying? You don't just hop in the Bible and just start. You know what I'm saying? You ain't read You wouldn't want to go to a movie and not start with the beginning, right? I'm just saying, right? Most people don't start to the middle, but we're gonna start at the beginning. So, all right. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and gathered together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that might fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning or the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth on the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which it is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. All right, so I would say in this chapter, the most important thing is really my favorite verse. It's really my favorite verse. Okay, it says, so this is Genesis 1, chapter 26. It says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So typically, when somebody says God, they're thinking of just one individual. You know what I'm saying? They're just thinking of one individual man, person, holy type of thing or whatever. But this says, let us make man in our image. So that's referring to a pluralistic situation twice, right? Let us make man in our image. Okay. So basically, when I look around and I see all the people with their children and stuff, I don't have any kids myself, but when I see people with their children and such like this, you know what I'm saying, that is what I get from this. Now, that doesn't mean it's true. That doesn't mean that my opinion is true. This is just my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But what I gather is an organization of people, right? An organization of people created by having children, made man in their image, right? Same way you made your son or daughter. Let us create man in our image. Okay, but man would be a different status, right? Same physical being, human, you're right? But if God created man in his own image, and the Bible does say ye are gods, Okay. If God created man in his own image, then you are literally the exact image of who it is that created you, in my personal opinion. Right? So, but was an organization of people. You know what I'm saying? Let us make man in our image. Right? So when they created you, they had a plan. They had a plan for you. Right? They had some children and they had a plan. In my personal opinion. So that's the second chapter. No, that's the first chapter. I'll move on to the next. I'm not gonna make these too long.